Hello, everyone. Sorry for the scuffed recording just in advance. I only have one monitor. Still in the process of moving. I won't be done moving until Sunday, so I mean maybe tomorrow, the 21st, but kind of settle it in by the 22nd. So all I really did today was just level up and get to the point where I can use a better crossbow. I'll talk real quick about what I did. So I was searching on the marketplace for a crossbow with iLevel 84. You can do 82, it's going to be cheaper. But I just wanted to try and guarantee tier 1% Phys as much as possible. By doing this filter setup where you have this item level, you're only searching for magic items, and this empty prefix modifiers, any crossbow that you search from this will make it so when you slam a tier 3 augmentation orb, it's going to apply a tier 2 or tier 1 prefix. And that the whole point of this is to get the percent Phys roll. It's kind of like the cheaper option. You can search for tier 1% Phys, but I'm pretty sure it's extremely expensive. So like priest. Physical damage, and you know, like top end, we'll just say 177. 3 defines, 4 defines. So, way better cost efficiency to just do the empty prefix. And then I want to talk about the base that I chose. So in the end game, you do have a choice between crossbow bases now. Out of the two that I think are the best for bleed builds, because you're wanting to get, you know, as much damage as possible in that initial hit for the bleed. Everyone, including myself, I went with the Desolate crossbow before on a previous build, which is actually this guy. If I really cared, I would try and desecrate the attribute requirements and then keep the low level of skills and onslaught, because it has a tier 1% Phys. But actually between the two, the flex crossbow low end isn't that much different. So 32 to 31, or 33, sorry. It's only the top end that you get the biggest difference. So it's only a 5 damage difference. But obviously once you actually get modifiers on here for physical damage, it's a different story. The gap widens. But a neat thing about this flex crossbow is what I'm doing with the Projectile Acceleration gem. So as this reads, you not only get more projectile speed, but increases and reductions to projectile speed also apply to projectile damage. Baseline, I don't think this projectile speed increases your damage at all. Instead, if you have nodes like this, where you have projectile speed on the tree, and even for this crossbow, bolt speed is considered projectile speed. So you have an implicit modifier that not only makes it feel good to use, Siege Cascade, but it also gives you like a percent damage increase, which is kind of sick. To showcase this, so if I take this off, put on the crossbow I was using, I am at 95 speed when I put this on. Again, the only thing for speed is I have this as the implicit. I jump to 135. So kind of a neat little thing, or a quirk by using this gem, is being able to get a little bit more damage out on your on this build at least. So that is why I chose the flexed over the desolate. Although if you do prefer the desolate just because you want more top end damage, go for it. The world is your ocean. Besides that, I haven't really done anything else gearing wise. I'm still using all the stuff that I had last video. Pathing wise, I went over here to get the projectile damage, projectile speed. The area of effect does help. I picked up these nodes. This basically read as like 8% movement speed. And then you get the reduced slowing potency. I then went up to here to get the skill speed. And then I was starting to get this attack speed just to see how it feels. Because Siege Cascade does have a slower attack speed baseline, so getting more attack speed doesn't hurt. I'm sitting at 0.57 right now. Let me just grab a real shit map just to kind of show what it looks like. Do keep in mind, this isn't like your full top-end juiced maps, so take what you see with a grain of salt for now until I can get to that point. But at least just playing the build feels really smooth. I'm basically just pressing W, left clicking. I don't have to worry about mana because of the helmet. For my third Ascendancy, I ended up picking the... this is actually a good example. So see how these wasps are super fast? Even with all of this projectile speed, I still can't hit them properly. So back to the Ascendancy. I got the stun one just to be able to stun more often because I'm planning on getting the one projectile damage node for increased damage against heavily stunned enemies. And there's proj stun here and then attack damage, so it's not like it's complete wasted. Idea is when I left click, something is going to be stunned on my screen. Probably against bosses, it's going to take like a couple shots to even get to that point, so that's bad. What else? I do have Leech 3 on Herald of Blood, which feels nice just to have the Overleech, where it doesn't get removed if I have full life. Actually considering picking up the node for Leech at the bottom part of the tree, just to constantly have some sort of life regen. Although I am 78, so I'm pretty limited on how many skill points I have left with this build. I still need to get more defense. But as you can see, it's fairly decent. If I really wanted to, I could still get even more attack speed, or not attack speed, sorry, movement speed at Mercenary area. I still can get more movement speed on my boots. I could also get Flat Fizz on my gloves because I don't have that yet. I would just need like a pretty juiced amulet. Speaking of amulets, there's the +3 to proj that you can get. More damage. Which that would put your plus level of projectile skills to 9 with the crossbow and the amulet. But yeah, pretty smooth to play. Don't really have much else to say. Kind of gonna be pathing towards here still, getting the jewel socket, and then debating what I personally want, like movement speed, attack speed, or just going straight into armor, saying fuck it, and then also pick up these notes. So, oh, and then this quality of life. As a side note, I think between Titan and Tactician, if you go pin, you actually can benefit from this fairly often with the charge regulation. So instead of getting the endurance charges, you would get frenzy charges because you're most likely going to use combat frenzy to get frenzy charges. And then with this, you get more skill speed, so it makes it feel really good to use. And then you get this, so even more skill speed and more damage. Although this reads as for the next like 4 seconds. So mostly just like a mapping thing, but yep, that's it. Thanks for watching.